I don't know who wasn't a geek, really, when they look at their own lives, but yes, I think even outsiders looking in would have said I wasn't quite, you know, a tragic geek, but yes, I leaned that direction.
I loved the 80s fashion. I didn't dress like that because I don't think I was that fashionable in the 80s.
I was the kid in the movie. I was Matt, but worse.
I really can't relate. I mean, I was like the most popular kid in school. I was the king of my domain, so I can't relate to Jennifer's sad story of not having any friends and not being popular because I was frankly so popular that I'm kidding.
I was a band geek because I was in the marching band. I was always in a parade with a big, you know, white felt hat on, a Q-tip, with a saxophone with the music coming out and up like this, screwed in. I'm proud of those pictures. I love being in the band. I was not in sports, although I was the water girl or the manager of the football team for a couple of years, and I did, or for a year, my senior year, and I did start up a pep band for the basketball team because I thought it was unfair that they didn't have a band and the football team did, so I took it upon myself to start the pep band. My best friend was a cool girl, but she was like the most popular, had the cutest clothes, had total blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful, you know, straight A's. We actually became friends. We weren't because I was such a geek that when we were younger, she was kind of too cool to be my friend and I didn't even try. I mean, I was just kind of like, stayed away from her. We just were together every day, and then at 15, we had a project to do together in school and we incorporated dance into it somehow. And then we've been best friends ever since then. I did date one of the cool guys. He kind of reached into the group of geeks and plucked me out and brought me to high school stardom. And that kind of upped my cool factor quite a bit, just being friends with her and dating the guy. Helped me out.
I ate lunch, you know, like in the back hallway behind the cafeteria, like with the artsy crowd. I was a geek. I had glasses, I had braces, I had no curves. I had really frizzy curly hair that no one had frizzies back then, you know. We were dealing with a lot of frizz. I was. My best friend in high school looked exactly like Grace Kelly. She was so beautiful, it was disturbing. So I felt even uglier all the time. And all the boys asked her out. No one ever asked me to a dance, not one. Not one dance. I did some school plays and took acting classes, but I wasn't serious about being an actor, but that was sort of the group of people that was very accepting. So that's where I found myself. Someone told me some advice once that if you can't sing, sing loud. I was auditioning for the school play, which was Pajama Game, and so I just sang as loud as I could, like so incredibly loud, and it's so off-key because I can't sing. I probably didn't mention that before. I can't sing to save my life. So I sang really loud, and I got cast as Gladys, the secretary, and I had a solo. So I was freaking out, and the guy I have my solo with, I'm dancing with during my solo, he was a very good singer, and so he would hum in my ear so that I could hear the notes. Anyway, when we were doing our first performance, I had a microphone on, and everyone in the audience could hear Jeff Danner humming my notes in my ear so that I could try to hit them, which I still didn't even do, but I was loud. And people laughed really hard at me. As I look back, I have such fond memories of high school and of my friends in high school, but at the time I remember feeling like it was the most horrifying experience. And I thought college has gotta be better, and I think that's why I went.
I started junior high in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and then I moved to Virginia Beach. Kenosha, Wisconsin at the time was about 10 years behind Virginia Beach in fashion. I showed up with my Earth shoes, my moon boots, Kmart polyester sweater, copy Star Trek uniform shirt, and my big old 70s afro. You know, I had braces and I had really bad acne, and I was just absolutely pummeled by all the surfers with their surf shorts and their shirts. You know, they wore t-shirts and jeans to school with flip-flops, you know. After a couple of years of being there, I got my hair cut and actually got, you know, some surf shirts and all that. I was really big in the wrestling scene. I started at 89 pounds, and I went up to 112 by the time my senior year of high school was 112. I was so thin. My little tights are loose on me, and I'm standing there like, looking like a ghoul. I think I was often in the predicament of being in love with someone who wasn't in love with me. It was a miserable time, you know.
I grew up in Bunker Hill, West Virginia. We had football. That was the only thing you were allowed to play. They used to call me the White Ghost because I could somehow go through a whole game without ever getting tackled. You can see that in my dance. I'm pretty quick. I kind of moved through all cliques, the rednecks, the hicks, the Brat Packers, the athletes, the losers. I could sort of mingle through all of them because I was so cute. We had a band that started in late junior high called the Poop Heads.
I was in a garage band called the Poo Poo Boys.
And we had a hit called Poopy Poopy, which was a takeoff of Louie Louie.
Our big cover was, you know, we do poo poo.
Had a lead singer named John Felty, drummer named Ryan Copenhaver, my brother Mike Ball, and me.
Sam Ball? Sam Ball was our bass player. Is he in this movie?
We were marketing geniuses. We sold 500 cassette tapes that we recorded on a double cassette for like 4 days, just nonstop. We had t-shirts with a big toilet bowl on it that said Poop Heads. And then we had a big following. People used to wear like these styrofoam chunks of poop on their head. No, I was in a punk rock band. We sucked. So we started getting some radio play, and we got our first gig, grand opening of Walmart. And they had no idea what we were. They just knew we had this hit song, Poopy Poopy. We were the Poop Heads. So the Walmart's opening up. It's the grand opening. It's Sunday afternoon, and we have a stage set up in the middle of Walmart. So we just start. We go into Danzig's Mother. And there's a mass exodus. Everyone's running out of Walmart. The manager's like going like, stop! Everyone's running and leaving. Cut! So we had to stop. We got through half of a song at Walmart, and we were shut down. So that was my first artistic failure, and I stumbled for quite a few years after that, but now I'm back.